Buckeye Nation to your Caribou Data Science channel. Let's take a look at your numbers today. Um, if by mortality rate you mean simply deaths divided by cases, um, since you brought it up, let's just take a look at it, at something here, okay? Honestly, worldwide, I don't know. It wouldn't be impossible to calculate that. But let's see if we can find out something here. Let's see. Let me see here. I'm looking for something. Where else could I have put it? Uh, let's take a look at something here. Okay. Worldwide, as of the 22nd, so we would say, we could say total cases right? That's total cases worldwide, total deaths. Okay, so the worldwide death rate worldwide, now this is kind of interesting, isn't it? So worldwide, uh, the mortality rate is about 1.3%. Okay, 1.3%, uh, which which isn't a lot in my opinion. Okay, you would think that if from watching the news, it'd be 10 times that much. Okay, uh, I know I had some Excel spreadsheets here somewhere. That's what this is. Hmm. Wonder what I would have done with that. What about Sweden? Okay, what about Sweden? what you can see here is currently, so what you can see here is currently Sweden's mortality rate is like 0.7%. Eh, well, remember there's it varies from country to country. Uh, I think at one point recently the U.S. was close to 2%. Uh, but the other thing you can look at, you can look at, say, what percentage of the population has COVID-19 and what percentage of the population is dying from COVID-19. That's another way to look at it, okay? But again, it does vary somewhat. Again, it's not a it's not a, there is that lag between infection and death, or infection and reporting and death, and so that's why this is a very rough barometer, a very rough measure, and of course Sweden is affected by the fact that they don't report these numbers every single day. So you're But anyway, yeah. So it's so 76%, less than 1% is pretty good for Sweden, I would say. If I could only find out where my other report was. Oops, that one's not there anymore. Oh, well, that's not good. Huh, okay. Don't remember deleting that, but anyway, where did we leave off? Well, this was the state of Ohio. Now, this is the state I live in the U.S. And to me, the governor's office has been fiddling with the numbers to a certain extent. Because what happened was, back during February of 2021, the governor's office says, oops, we undercounted COVID-19 deaths by close to 4,000 in the fourth quarter of 2020. But rather than going back and fixing the numbers in 2020, they simply added the missing numbers onto February 2021. This produced a big spike during the first quarter, which ultimately hurts him because it makes his numbers look worse. But nonetheless, here you can see cases in the U.S., a big declining pattern. Deaths, deaths are a little harder to call. The gaps are because they only recorded they only recorded they only recorded they, they only in Ohio they're recording cases 7 days a week, but deaths are only reported twice a week. So what's this? So it's kind of hard to have any idea what's really going on here, honestly. I mean, because it's just so volatile. Okay, why is there this big gap right here for? Okay, so we can get a little better picture by looking at weekly cases. You can see the big declining pattern for weekly cases here in Ohio. And we are getting a little bit of a declining pattern here. This looks like it's, well, a declining pattern in COVID-19 deaths in Ohio also. monthly cases and monthly deaths for the state of Ohio. Okay, that takes care of those numbers for the state of Ohio. That does conclude the report for the state of Ohio for today.